Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. It's great to be back in front of the camera sharing on YouTube. I've taken a little bit of a break because we have had our third child. Mr. Leonardo Rawiri is his name, and he is 5 weeks old now. So I've been in the trenches a little bit with a newborn. If you're a parent, you know exactly what that's like. But today I just want to talk about the evolution of a creative. I was struck by Tyler Branch's wedding portfolio online recently. I started following Tyler Branch about 10 years ago when I first started getting into weddings, and I loved his work. I loved everything about the way he was shooting, the style of imagery that he was creating. And I recently just logged on to his portfolio website, and I was quite shocked at how different his work is now to what it used to be 10 years ago. I think it was a good reminder for me that people change and people evolve and people learn and grow, and you're not the same person as you used to be, and you're not going to be the same person. And when it comes to creativity, whatever part of the film industry you're in, or the photography industry, the creative industry, your work is going to evolve and your style is going to evolve. The creative journey, I'll speak for myself, has just been an evolution of learning things, changing. And especially if you're out there posting on YouTube, posting content to a community, or building an Instagram, let's say, around a particular aesthetic, it's really scary to break out of that preconceived box or idea or brand that you've established, because that's your livelihood, or that's, I guess, the existing community that you've built. And for me, with our production company Lumiere, and also just the odd video I post here on YouTube, there's always this tendency to feel trapped inside the box of the prior work that you've created. Maybe it's an internal limiting belief, or a fear of failure to post something different, something that I'm not known for. And it's something I think as creatives we need to move through and be okay with, and give ourselves permission to evolve and change and develop over time. Give yourself permission to do new things. Give yourself permission to break out of the box and try new things and just experiment, because that's what true creativity is, I think. It's leading. It's looking inward for inspiration to outwork. Try do something that's never been done before. Try and tell a story in a particular way that's in your mind that you may not have seen successfully done in the market. And those risks will definitely pay off. But more than that, I think it's a personal journey of development. One thing I think about a lot is that 10,000 hour concept. So in the early days when you're learning creativity or camera operating, editing, photography, whatever it is in the creative field, you do your 10,000 hours of iteration, and you're always developing, you're always learning, you're absorbing, you're trying new things all the time. And you get to a point where you become really proficient. And once you're proficient, that iteration almost stops. Or I'll speak for myself. The iteration gets to a point where you know so much and you're very happy within this box of outworking work. And you'll catch yourself after a few years and realize your work's getting a little stale or samey. And that's because the energy that you started with hasn't been continued through your professional journey. And looking at myself, I always want to be somebody who's continually iterating. And the further on in your career, the harder it actually is to continue that constant iteration, because of all of the structure that you've formed around your professional practice. So for example, if you're known for a particular style of work, that niching down might get you more and more work, but over time, if that boxes you in, it might actually long-term be a detrimental move. So this is very simply just a quick video to say creativity is a process, it's a journey, and give yourself permission to try new things, and give yourself permission to embrace that process of developing into something new every single year. You'll learn new skills, you'll tell stories slightly different. Your life experiences will influence how you express yourself through creativity, whether that's photography, filmmaking, or any other creative art. And that's something I'm giving myself permission to do. in this season of my life, I'm now a dad of 3, a husband, I run a business, but more and more that family side of my life is becoming more and more important and prominent in my day-to-day flows. And it's been a tension point because I've tried to keep my creativity sort of boxed into what it always used to be, but now my life's expanding and there are so many other aspects of life, and it's my job, I think, as a creative, even as a YouTuber or someone putting creative content out online, is to try and incorporate all of that and be authentic with that, in a helpful way for the community, but also in a helpful way for me, because if I can incorporate everything of my life into the creative product and expression of creativity of what I'm trying to put out in the world, then it's more sustainable, it's more authentic, more genuine. So how's it going for you? Would love to hear your thoughts in the comments, and let's stay in touch. Peace out, guys.